So we're gonna drill takedowns. We're gonna do double legs, but we're just gonna drill with duck walks first, down the mat. We're gonna start in a kneeling position, one knee down, one knee up. And we're gonna go heel, toe, we're gonna drag knee, right? Also our back is straight, our elbows are in, our hands are in front, our head is up. And we're looking at clock level on at the wall. And we drag up, right? So heel, toe, knee, drag, step up. Heel, toe, knee, drag, step up. Right? Elbows in, hands in front, back straight, head up, like you're grabbing a leg. Right? Heel, toe, knee, heel, toe, knee. All right, down the way, all the way down and back. 1, 2, 3, good. All right, I know some of you guys are struggling a little bit on this movement. So when you guys are at home watching TV or whatever, here's some things that you can work on to help get some better hip mobility. This lunge is this is gonna be super, super good. This is the movement you're using when you're changing levels, when you're about to shoot, right? So this movement shouldn't really cause you exertion in and of itself, right? So you guys should be able to drill that up and down with a lot of control, slow, nice controlled speed, but also some mobility, right? So you should work on lunges in place or stepping lunges, right? That's really, really good for strengthening your hip muscles. Getting in place, this position, pushing your hips in like this. It's gonna stretch out your hip flexors. This is gonna be good. Back here, a little hammy action and stuff. Right, and then just swap off. Push forward, stretch it out, stretch back, that kind of stuff. You can do that like a minute in each position and just sit there while you're watching TV or whatever. And then once you have that, you should work on sitting on your ankles. Yeah. Like in this position right as well. You should be able to sit like this. I know if you guys have tight ankles, starting like this is gonna be okay. And then eventually, you're gonna wanna get to a point where you can put your feet down. And if you have to lean forward into a position like this is fine. And then gradually adding more and more pressure into it until after a week or two, you should be able to sit down on it and not cause you any kind of discomfort. And then once you do those exercises, you'll be like, woo, 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 you'll be like going all crazy and stuff. But it all starts with mechanics. Right? It's all lunges, changing levels, working on flexibility, heel, toe, knee, drag up, heel, toe, knee, drag up. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Just to go over a few basic concepts of standing, we'll just go over stance for everyone's edification. So squares width apart is fine. This is called a square stance. My legs bent, my butt is down, my back is straight, my head is up, my elbows are in, my hands in front. All right, square stance is really, really good for sideways movement and then for circling, right? For circling side to side movement. All right, so square stance, okay? Alternatively, there's also a shooting stance or a staggered stance. Some people call it sugar foot. Or switch stance. There's lots of different terms for it, but it's essentially the stance you stand in when you want to attack forward or retreat backwards, right? So we're not crossing our feet to change sides. We don't want to do that. Whenever we cross our feet, we make ourselves like at a possibility of being tipped over, so we don't want to do that. We want to keep contact. I'm not hopping around. I'm dragging a foot, keeping contact with the mat when I'm moving side to side. The shooting stance is good for moving forward, backwards, for shooting, for penetration, and for shooting, right? All right, so how do we incorporate duck walk into a shot? Let me get Val. Just give me a square stance. He's got his defense up. All right, so if I'm gonna just shoot like a double leg on him, I don't want to be directly in front of him. I want to be 50-50 essentially. So my lead leg is gonna be like in the middle of his legs, right, lined up, okay? And then also I have to be mindful of my distance. In order to have a higher percentage of the takedown, I wanna be within touching distance of him at the minimum. A draping distance is way better though. So if I can get draping distance on him, then I'm gonna be set up really well for a good penetration. But at the minimum, I would say like a touching distance, you know, to have a better chance of it. When you're shooting from way out here and I can't really engage with him, it's gonna be difficult to finish. So he's gonna have too much, you know, warning that you're about to shoot. Okay, so I'm thinking, get close enough to touch. Go ahead, circle with me, it's fine. If you guys notice, instead of just walking forward, I circled in to get close. And now that I have him touching me after I touched him, I'm going to step, change levels, right? Heel, toe, knee, and come in, right? So all I did was change levels, step for penetration, and then use the duck walk. Step for penetration, heel, toe, knee, duck walk, back straight, head in, locking up with the legs, right? So one more time, just to get into this position. He's got his hands in front, circling, this is fine. I'm gonna pull my hands in. I'm going to step, change levels, heel, toe, knee, duck walk. There's multiple finishes from there. That back chip just happens to be my favorite. All right, so get a partner, and we'll work that entry, heel, toe, knee, and just get to that position to get in deep, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna go over a couple details on this, and then we're gonna add some more stuff to it. All right, one of the first things that you wanna be aware of, can we give me a square stance real quick? When you guys are going into this position, I don't want to be the plane that's landing. I want to be the plane that's taking off. Okay, so what does that mean? If I shoot at the mat, looking down at the mat, I'm gonna get sprawled on, and you know, it'll look something like this. If I go down here, he'll sprawl out on me, and he's gonna flatten me out or whatever, and I don't want that. I don't want to get sprawled on. I want to be able to attack his hips and get him off of his base. So that means that I need to use my momentum to go through him and up, as opposed to pushing down through him into the ground. So in order to accomplish that, I need to change levels before I penetrate. Okay? So if I change levels before I penetrate, or do it in such quick succession, it looks simultaneous, that's fine, as long as it equates into me driving through his hips and lifting up. Okay, so I want to be the airplane taking off, not the airplane landing. All right, when you guys are stepping in, you want to get into the danger zone. The danger zone is anywhere in front of him about a foot. If I step one penetration foot here and I do not finish, like my shot, I am in danger. I'm in danger of him reshooting on me, or giving him my leg, or just getting pushed down. So if I step here, I have to finish. I can't step there gingerly. If I step there, I have to go. I'm committed. That being said, some of you guys are stepping here. And that's not gonna work out good for you either. All right, when you step too shallow, you know, it's a lot to recover from, okay? So get close enough to drape, and then shoot, right? Remember, trying to get close to drape. All right, so let's work on a couple other things to add into this, and that's attacking his defense to be able to actually shoot on someone. The 3 lines of defense: his head, his hands, and his hips. You know, at the beginning of class, when we drill our hip movement, wham. This is for when he shoots on me, shoot, wham, right? I'm hitting with my hips, whap, whap, right? That's a line of defense. If someone shoots on you with a lot of momentum, that's how you stop the momentum. So, but we don't want him to do that. Obviously, we won't be able to attack his head, his hands. So when I'm wrestling with him, go ahead and follow me up. I'm having my hands on him, right? So, and also when I'm gauging distance, I'm using my trail hand. If I use my lead hand to gauge distance, I'm opening up my lead leg for attack, okay? So when I'm gauging distance, I like to use my trail hand so that way I keep my lead hand here. If I can get my head on him, I can use whatever head I want because I have my head glued to him. So if he changes levels, I just change levels with him and I can do whatever I need to do. But before we're engaged, trail hand to gauge distance, right? And then I want to get past his head and his hands. I can do that. I can get past his head with a level change. I can get past his hands with maybe like a post, and then I'll attack his hips with momentum. So it'll look like this from here, and then we'll attack in. So if we're wrestling, if he reaches up, I know that his head and his hands are dealt with, and that's when I use a step penetration and a trip to attack his hip so that he can't defend. Come here. Nice and gentle, like. All right, let's drill it one more time. So we're just gonna do a takedown drill. I'm gonna take down Val. I'm gonna get up as fast as I can. I'm gonna take down Kenton. I'm gonna get up as fast as I can. I'm gonna run back and take down Val again. I'm just gonna do that back and forth for the minute, for the one. So it'll go ahead and give me stances. Come on, find me. I'm gonna do that for a minute with your partners, live speed, okay? 1, 2, 3.